Hello everyone, FSG here, hope you're all doing well. I am super excited to be able to bring you an early look at the Millennial Farmer map for FS22. Big shout out to Mappers Paradise and Celobuki for getting this ready and sharing it with me a little bit early. It has gone into testing with Giants already, so it shouldn't be too far away. Hopefully it passes first time, but as you know, with mods, that may not always be the case and there might be a few tweaks. But I've had a little bit of a look around this and to all intents and purposes feels very polished and very finished. So let's have a little bit of a look around it. Just before we start though, remember when this comes to console, unfortunately it won't be called the Millennial Farmer map due to licensing. So it will be called Lowry, Minnesota, but it will be exactly the same map. So here we are. We're obviously going to start on Zach's farm first and foremost. So the house is there. And if we turn to our right, if you ever watch the YouTube channel, this will be a familiar sight. You've got the grain storage bins there and the sheds just ahead. Now, having played on this a lot on FS19, one of my favourite maps on FS19, you do see a noticeable difference. The yard is a little bit tighter. There's a little bit more undulation in some of the ground. A few more trees. It's a little bit more bushy, a little bit more grown. Almost like time has moved on since we played it in FS19. But well, I guess 4 years ago now. Quite a few differences of this map, though. So let's just jump into the PDA. I do have a copy of the FS19 PDA. It's a little bit blurred, but it will, if I overlay it over the top, you'll see the difference. So there you go, FS22, we have a few more fields, and some of the big changes. If you remember, one of the challenges that they had with FS19 when building this map was they put the shop and some of the sell points actually off the map. It was kind of radical at the time. It did throw up a lot of challenges. So for 22, they've reverted back to having it tucked away in the corner of the map here. So you've got your railroad, you've got some of your sell points, your shop up here, you've got gas station, things like that, train, everything is sitting up here now and accessible in the corner of the map. And then to all intents and purposes, the layout is relatively similar to what we saw in 19. You've got a second farm over here on the left. You've got the main farm, the Millennial Farmers farm, just here. This was one big field in the FS19 map, but on this one it's been split into three, which is nice. And we're just going to go for a little bit of a drive around. Before we do that, though, just to point out, we have got a couple of extra crops in here. We've got durum wheat and we have got rye as well. And that leads to a few additional outputs from productions as well. So underneath stones here, we have durum wheat, we have rye, we have dried corn, we've got soybean straw as well, propane as well for the grain dryer, for the dried corn. We'll come on to that in a little bit. But durum wheat, rye flour, pasta, corn flour, fine corn flour, apple pie, apple juice, pumpkin pie, apple, rye bread, cornbread, sweet cornbread, lemonade, lemon, pineapple juice, pineapple, orange juice, and orange. So lots and lots of additional things to be able to sell. In terms of the crop calendar, looks like the standard crop calendar in place here. So pretty standard planting windows in the spring and then harvesting late summer into autumn. Right, so let's have a look around the yard, shall we? First up, I just want to point out that you do get a couple of nice touches with this map, as you did in 19. You get logoed truck and Wilson Pacesetter trailer there with the Millennial Farmer logo on them, and they're available in the store just through trailers and truck mods sections. We'll open the door, we'll walk into the new bigger shed post tornado a few years ago, but we've got the 8RX there, and we have just got a mixture of kit here from the base game to get you started if you want to start off in new farmer mode. John Deere planter there as well. Lovely big door at the front here that you can open, the controls to which are not to be seen. So I think it's just a case of clicking anywhere in front of that and that opens very slowly. I like that. Don't like it when they open too quick. Nice and realistic. That's a big old heavy door. Now over here is the shop. Not sure if you can open these doors from the outside. Doesn't appear you can, so we'll just head in through this door here, and this is what was throwing me before. There are no controls again. I think they are supposed to be on those little sections there. Yeah, there we go. They are in fact buttons, they're just blended in with the background. Of course, you've got your lights here as well. Should you want to turn the lights on in the roof? They might have already been on. There we go. Even the switches work. Very good. And we've got our ATAR there. And we've got the X9 with the tracks on as well. And a nice big corn header as well for you. Some nice little extras in here. Got the office through here. With a picture of the farm and FS19. So Zach's playing a bit of FS19 in his downtime. Nice to see. And then through here, back into the shop area where you can repair your vehicles. And then up here, a little bit more space. Bit of storage in here. A very fetching John Deere cover there on the bed. Like that a lot. And we can go back out to the balcony here. All these light switches work. Squeeze through the door there. And down to this door here. And out we go. And there, ahead of us, are our propane tanks. I'll show you how you fill those up in a little bit. And we have the second truck here. Again, all logoed up, looking very nice. And then we go round to the dryer. Now, one thing that isn't present here, which is a real shame for me, because I thought it was brilliant and immersive in FS19, is the drying setup. You could move things between bins, move things to the dryer. You could have a wet bin. It was really, really nicely done, but it was a bit of a challenge, I think, to set up. So gone back to a more traditional way of doing things where you just have your inputs. So you can store everything in there directly, except for, of course, your dried corn, where you can mix it with a bit of propane, and you can get dried corn, which sells for a premium. So there you go. Obviously tip in here and load in there through the spout. But very nice. And final building on the farm is the toy shed, where Zach keeps all his cars, snowmobiles, racing stuff. Nice little shed in here. Access through two big doors or a slightly smaller roller door here. There we go. Didn't quite catch this one, did I? There we go. And again, another roller door here. Oh, I've turned the lights on there. There we go. So, there you go. But like I said, a little bit tighter in this yard. It was a bit wider, bigger turning circle in the FS19 version, but I like this. And I've got to say, the landscaping, the detail around it, really, really nice indeed. It looks like it should, and that's all you care about, really, isn't it? Especially if you're going to be playing on this map. Right, that is farm number 1. I think what we'll do now, we'll probably spawn a truck, a 4x4, and we'll head up into the town, have a look around there. We'll head over to the second farm, which is over there, and a couple of the other things down there, the BGA. We've got the animal dealer, we've got another pig farm down there. We'll check those out and give you guys a feel for it. We will not spawn a truck, because just like the Arctics, we have got a branded truck here, so that will do us perfectly. Right. Let's head out. Let's head up into town. I do want to stop, give you a little bit of a smile about the sign here as well. I know DJ touched on it in his video the other day, but there we go. Warning, that small sign with a hand is not me waving at you, it's telling you to stop, turn around and leave. Entering my property without an official appointment means you are stalking. And have now become one of those people we normally want to see get locked up. Go home, and if I want to meet you, I'll give you a call. I know one of the challenges with putting your life on YouTube, you can get people just rocking up, wanting to visit you. So, understandable. I don't know, a little bit of creative license been used to pull that together. But here we go, lovely big fields here. It's a nice size map, as a standard size map. Lovely big fields, so you can run big machinery in these. The landscaping of the road here, really nicely done. Of course, they're on gravel roads in this part of Minnesota, in a lot of the areas coming off Zach's farm, so loving that. We get to the crossroads here. Now, in the past, this would just carry on off map, and you would get to the sell points and the and the town area, but everything now is on the map, which I think is better, makes things a little bit easier. But I do love this. There we go. Signage, 8 miles to Glenwood, Garfield 18 the other way, and Elbow Lake just over 30. So there we go. And go signs down there to Lowry Cattle Market, clock seeds, and the root crop distribution as well. Right, so rolling along here, that is the sawmill to the right. On the left there, that exclamation mark is where you rent your train. Should you want to sell your crops off map, we've got a couple of sell points here. Chadley's, Chop House, and then the bakery there, where you make a lot of those additional things like pumpkin pies and stuff we saw in the sell menu. And then we've got Lisserton's here, always fresh. Again, another sell point. Now we're going to roll back onto the road here, past the dairy. There is a nice fire station on the map, actually. I do like this. So if you're into your roleplay and you've got some of those US fire trucks that I showed you a while back in one of my vids, you could have a little bit of fun here. A couple of trucks outside, Lowry Fire Department, but you do have the fire station here with opening doors, which is nice. So you could set up a nice little fire department here and have a bit of fun with that. Right, we're pulling out of here as you see the train just heading off in the other direction. And as you can see, that disappears off the map, but we are going to hang a left here and run into the train depot. So there we go. That is the mill production point, where you can create your Durham wheat and things like that for all your crops to make the pasta, which you then take to the bakery. So a little bit of a spin around there. That is fenced off, so we're going to have to head out of here and cut back across to have a look at some of the other areas further down. Down here is the main grain storage and sell point. So this is where you can load the train. There we go, Lowry Grain. And you've got Midwest Machinery here as well. So that is where you purchase all of your stuff and pick it up if you want to buy your new John Deere equipment, or anything else for that matter. We'll just have a little bit of a drive around this so you can see the back of it. And there is the main grain silo, sell point and distribution point as well. Loads of space here. Look at the size of this. And down here is where you load the train up. So again, a couple of options there. Sell, store, or load the train up and sell off map. And now we'll pop out the other gate here. Just over that. Again, there is the point where you rent the train. And then we're going to pull into the gas station here. Now I'm going to just stop here and I'm going to swap into this truck that just happens to handily be parked here. Because as well as having this truck and the big articulated trucks with the logos on them as well, they have included this modded tanker, which again you can find in the store. If you go down to miscellaneous and scroll along to the end, you've got the MKS 8 and 32, and it says underneath Millennial Farms mod, and these are modded to take the propane. Now, all you need to do is jump in here, hit the R button, and you can see we're filling up with propane there. So that is where you get your propane from. So there you go, that is the town area. We are just going to then come back here. We're going to run along the top here. We have got selling station 2 here. We've got the seed silo here. We'll go and have a look at the second farm down here, and then we'll run down to the bottom of the BGA. We'll just have a quick look at that on the way past. There's another little small holding farm here. Now, we don't have a road along the bottom of the map like we used to, so we might just have to miraculously appear back near Zach's farm and go and have a look at the animal dealership here and the pig farm here. So we've left the town behind. We're back on the road back that we arrived in on, and we're going to run down. Again, it gives you an idea for some of the changes in the height. This is a lot more up and down than it was in FS19. It was quite a flat map in 19. I think it's much more improved here. And we've got some nice decorations here. So there we go. That is your sugar cane and sugar beet sell point, which is the one we have at the top of the map just up here. Selling station 2. Very creatively named. But there's lovely stuff as well, like the garage here with all the equipment. That is very nice indeed. And we are going to hang. There's some forestry in there if you want to go and cut some trees down as well. But we're going to turn down here, edge of the map just over there. It blends nicely, the map actually. Edges of the map blend together very nicely indeed. And we're going to head along here. I mean, look at that. That's lovely with the power lines. Some lovely landscaping. Now we're going to pull into the seed station here. This is where you can buy your seed, fertilizer, things like that. Hopefully we're within the time of day. We are. We'll just roll into here. So all the things that you need to purchase available in here. Nicely done. Lots of space as well to turn around. We'll head back out of here and down to the second farm. But again, you're looking across those very big fields of corn. They will keep you busy for a while as we roll up to the second farm on the left here. So again, if you played this in FS19, this will look very familiar, but you've got some grain storage bins here. A little dryer attached on the end there, although this isn't a dryer. You can't get dry corn out of this one. It's purely decorational. Little concept hub here. Some decoration lying around. Over there is your cows. So you can have some animals on this map should you wish. If you don't want to play on the Millennial farm, you can always be his neighbour. Little bunker there for silage as well. A little bit more storage over here. Nice farmhouse. A few more sheds. Nice and straightforward. Now we're going to run down to the bottom of the road here. Just to look at the BJ quickly. And then we'll, like I said, we'll have to jump back over to the other side of the map, as there's no route from here back to the other side of the map to look at the other things. Again, a few more trees on here, which is nice. Again, another vast field there. Always good to see. A few houses. There's a little small holding as well, should you want to start your own small setup. Again, a few options, which is nice to see. And down here is your BGA. Lovely. There we go. Pretty standard BGA setup there. All good to go. Right, let's jump over to the other side of the map. Right, here we are. Just to get your bearings, we were down here at the BGA. We have just jumped over to here. And we'll have a look at these two little pieces here. So rolling up here, we've got the animal dealer on our right. And the bale sell point. So you could get rid of your straw here. And then all the animals in there. Static animals, but it's always nice to see animals in the animal dealership. Certainly beats having it empty. And then we'll roll up here. Check this sign out. What's that telling us? Oh, beware. Beware of the animals. So we'll roll up. Look, I mean, look at that view. Isn't that great? It's very lush and green. It must be springtime in Minnesota for it to be this green. Right, let's head up to the pig farm just here. So again, another option for you if you don't want to play on the Millennial Farmer farm. But I'm guessing most of us would. So there you go. There's your pigsties, a few storage sheds, manure bunker. A few options there for you as well. And that is us back to where we started. So, there you go. The Millennial Farmer map for FS22. We have had to wait a while for this, but it is great to see it back. And it's looking really, really good. Hopefully, with 3 months to go till FS25 coming out, this could be a bit of fun to keep you going for the last few months until the new game arrives. And who knows, now this has been released, hopefully it might be in a good spot and ready to be converted over to FS25 pretty quickly when the game comes out. But for now, from me, I hope you like that little bit of a run around. Enjoy the montage at the end, and I will see you all again very soon. So pleased to have this back. Love this map.